Good morning. I'd like to start with the main characters in the story. Okay, the first one, Sherlock Holmes. Who was he? Sherlock Holmes was a clever detective. He solved a lot of crimes. And he has a friend. He was Holmes' friend, Dr. John Watson. Then Wilson, the third character here, he had a small shop where he worked with his assistant. He worked at the Red-Headed League for 8 weeks. His hair was red. Spaulding, he worked as Wilson's assistant. He showed Wilson an advertisement about a job with Red-Headed League, and he helped him to meet Mr. Ross. Who was Mr. Ross? Mr. Ross, the manager of the Red-Headed League. Okay. Before reading, I'd like to bring your attention to chapter 1 and ask you some question. Who did the Red-Headed League employ? Yes, men with red hair. Why did Wilson ask for a job with them? Because Mr. Wilson was not a rich man and needed money. What was the job they asked him to do? To copy an encyclopedia into a book. Okay, what do you think might happen next in the story? Open page 58 and look at the picture. What can you see? Who do you think the people are? Yes, Holmes and Dr. Watson. Where are they? What are they doing? Why do you think Holmes is tapping his cane on the ground? His cane or his walking stick? Whose shop do you think it is? Okay. I'd like to share with you this video.
The next day, Mr. Wilson bought a pen, some ink, and some paper, and went to the Red-Headed League. He thought about the job. Could it be real? It seemed foolish to copy an encyclopedia. But to his surprise, when he arrived at the office, Mr. Ross was waiting for him. So, Mr. Wilson sat at the table and started work. He copied information from the encyclopedia into a book until 2 o'clock. Then he went home. Mr. Wilson went to the office every day, and at the end of the week, he received his pay of £4. The work was easy, and he was very content. This continued for 8 weeks. One day, he went to the office, but it was locked. There was a letter on the door that said, "The Red-Headed League has closed." Mr. Wilson didn't know what to do. He asked the landlord why the office was closed, but the landlord said that he didn't know. He said that he didn't know Mr. Ross or the Red-Headed League. It was a mystery, and Mr. Wilson wanted Sherlock Holmes to solve it. Holmes asked Mr. Wilson some questions about his assistant, Mr. Spaulding. After Mr. Wilson left, Holmes asked Dr. Watson to go to a violin concert with him that evening. On the way, they could go past Mr. Wilson's shop. When they arrived, Holmes walked up to the shop and hit the ground with his walking stick 3 or 4 times. Dr. Watson thought this was very unusual. Then Holmes knocked on the shop door. A young man answered, and Holmes asked him how to get to the concert. I wanted to see the knees of his trousers, replied Holmes. Dr. Watson thought that was a very unusual answer. He didn't understand, but Holmes didn't explain. He was looking carefully at the different houses and shops behind Mr. Wilson's shop. There was a newspaper shop, a bank, and a restaurant. Then it was time to go to the closet. So the two men left.
Okay. So, find out how Mr. Wilson felt about his job at the Red-Headed League. Yeah, the job seemed foolish. Think about how he felt before he started. He found the work easy and he was content. Okay, and while he was doing the job, and how felt when the Red-Headed League closed. He didn't know what to do, and he thought mystery. Okay, why did Mr. Wilson go to Sherlock Holmes? Sure, to ask him to solve the mystery. Okay, open page 59 and pause the video, then write your answers and check with me. Okay, the first one, match the words in the definition, as you see. Then answer the questions. How long did Mr. Wilson work at Red-Headed League? Yes, for 8 weeks. What was Sherlock Holmes looking at when he spoke to the man in Mr. Wilson's shop? Yes, for his trousers. Then the last one, what shops were behind Mr. Wilson's shop? A newspaper shop, a bank, and a restaurant. Put the events in the correct order. It's easy. Okay, question 4. Read the quotation and answer the question. What does this tell us about Dr. Watson and Sherlock Holmes? It shows that Sherlock Holmes was a very clever detective and Dr. Watson didn't think in the same way as him. Okay, critical thinking. Number 1. Why do you think Sherlock Holmes asked Mr. Wilson about Mr. Spaulding? Yes, because Mr. Wilson, Sherlock Holmes doubted him. Okay, the second one. Why do you think Sherlock Holmes hit the ground with his walking stick? I think because he doubted that someone was digging. 3. Do you think it was unusual that Sherlock Holmes looked at the man's trousers when he opened the door? Why or why not? I think yes, it was unusual. But Holmes was a clever detective. He wanted to discover something about that young man. The last question, why do you think Sherlock Holmes wanted to see Mr. Spaulding and the shop behind where he worked? Because to deduce the relationship between them that may solve the mystery. Yes, thank you.